Hi, country, welcome back to the channel. This is Torsten. Today I'll be covering the new Rise of Skywalker movie, which is coming out in cinemas, which was done by J.J. Abrams, and is the final um, movie in the sequel trilogy and the final movie of the Star Wars saga. So, I went and saw this actually 2 weeks ago, but I also went and saw it 2 days ago with a friend of mine. It's a, we have a bit of a Star Wars tradition where we go and see every Star Wars movie together. I've been doing that since uh, the Force Awakens coming out, so it's been happening for a little while. So just so you guys know, spoiler alert, there will be spoilers. So there, so there's your warning. Um, so if you guys haven't seen this, highly recommend you do. Click off this video, go and see it, come back, so you know what the heck I'm even talking about. And if you don't care and you just want to hear me ramble on about the movie, then you're in the right place. So again, I really love this film. I think it is one of the best Star Wars films I've actually seen. So I'm going to just go to a brief overview of it. So we've got in the first part of the movie, we actually got Kylo Ren being on Mustafa, and um so Mustafa is not how it was in Revenge of the Sith. It's got trees, it's got dirt, and yeah, I'm probably gonna do a video on why Mustafa um is the way it is in the Rise of Skywalker. And if I could have done this correctly, there should be a picture up on the screen. I am usually putting pictures into YouTube videos, so forgive me if it's a bit off. I will perfect it eventually. Trial and error, as I say. And so Kyle is looking for a Sith wayfinder. And that Sith wayfinder will take him to the planet Exegol. The Exegol is actually a secret homeworld of the Sith. Um, and that's where he finds out that Snoke was actually a clone, and Snoke was actually made by Palpatine. Very interesting. What I do like about this scene is that you've got Palpatine talking to him, and then you've got the voice of Snoke and the voice of Darth Vader, and it turns out that Snoke's been moving through Kylo right from the start. Um, well, that can lead me to believe that Palpatine was actually manipulating Ben inside Leia's womb. Um, I'll confirm, just speculating. Um, so, and then, while they're talking, Palpatine reveals the final order to Kylo and actually uses the Force and actually lifts up this massive big Sith fleet of an armada. Thousands of ships have just launched. And he also tells Kylo who Rey is. We're gonna actually see it. We just hear he's about to see, and then we cut to Finn, Poe, and Chewbacca on R2D2 at the Sinterglacia colony, where they pick up information from a new First Order spy. Um, so then they all pick up while they're getting the delivered information for transfer into R2. Um, the First Order come with the TIE fighters. So they transfer information and then they basically just take off and then opposed to get away from the First Order. I got something he's the first in Star Wars. That's light speed skipping. Um, so what light speed skipping is basically you're going to half face, you come out half face, you jump, you come out, you jump, you come out. But it just keeps going. Unfortunately, that's how it exactly work out for us. Um, so, and then, so while Pies lights get, sticking to light speed to get away from the first water, we cut to, Ocean Gloss course, which has now become the new base for the resistance. After they lost, their their base in the Iranian system and they were forced to abandon the base on Crete. Um, yeah, so they're now Arjun Goss and now we've got Leia who is now training Ray. So we cut to the scene where Ray is actually meditating actually in the air like what um she's trying to communicate with the Force Ghost of all the old Jedi, and then she basically um, gives up and just says, "Look, I'm gonna choose to I'm going to go around the training course." So she goes around the training course, which is what we see in the trailer. And so she goes and does that, and then we cut to thing where Claw is on his Star Destroyer and he's got Vader's mask on a mantle and he's using the Force, but when he uses the Force, it's affecting Rey. And I'm gonna get to why it's affecting Rey later on in the movie, so just stick a pin in that for a little while. And then after that, she starts to, she, she, you know, um, she says to her, "Look, I couldn't finish the course," and, um, like, she says, on the next excuse to the lady, say, "Tell me what things are not, just tell me what they are." And she can't really explain it to Leia, so she says, "I think I'm just tired." So she goes and starts to read the journals, which is what was exactly the same journals that we saw in the last Jedi in the tree in on our two. And we thought and when these are the journals that in the sacred text that Luke thought were burnt when Yoda put the tree on fire. Um, in the last night, and the club gives little Camilla, wait, wake up, I'm able to walk the stick. Um, and then, so then we get back and, um, my, my says that, pause, that the boy and Falcon doesn't fly thanks to Poe doing light space skipping. And, and then they, they decipher the information I actually got from that, from the scintillation, um, from that spy, it says that Palpatine has returned and he's been, and like I said, so he's been behind everything right from the start. Um, so I think that's kind of cool because it means that Palpatine having behind the First Order right from the start. He created Snoke. He made the First Order to try and make Snoke as like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a front man while he does all the stuff behind the scenes. Um, and um, so while they're trying to and getting way realizes that Palpatine is on Exegol, which is where it's called at the start after Mustafa. And so then we and I apologize, I'm here at Dad's place, so I've got the siblings in the back, so this is for her and my sister, Young. I apologize for that. So they, so I actually think that, that Palpatine has actually cloned himself, which I think could be actually quite be possible because if we go back to Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader threw himself through like through Palpatine into the down the reactor shaft in the throne room, um we we can see that that he just died, recently died. But what I realized is that blue mist that you saw was actually Palpatine's life force and his force essence. Because in the expanded universe, um, Palpatine had the ability to use force essence transfer. So I think personally that Palpatine actually used Force Essence Transfer to go into one of his other clone bodies that he had in one of his many strongholds. Because I actually know what book that time. I'm just going what was I've seen like Wikipedia and other channel sites where I'm getting my information from. Say go Wikipedia, type in Palpatine, you can help with all the stuff that you do in the experience first that you cover in legends or canon. Um, what could be? Um, so Ray then goes through Luke's journals and discovers that Luke was actually looking for hexagons, and he knew he found it. But where he did go was a planet called Basana, which is where things, which is where they go next to a thin, very poetry on the stage video and BB-8. They all go off to Basana to try and find some clues that where Luke went and so they can pick up where Luke left off. And so they go to Persona and they realise that the locals are having a festival. And this festival happens like every 42 years. Um, and they also run into Lando. Yes, this Lando just come back. And so Lando tells them that he was with Luke when they came to Persona. They were looking for a Jedi hunter by the name of Ochi. And so they followed Ochi to Persona and then they just lost the, the trail for Ochi went cold. They saw his ship. So they decided to go looking for the ships that they, Poe, and Finn on the C-3PO and BB-8. They all decided to go off and find Ocean's ship. But the first one turned up and pursued them. So we've got this shoot going through the canyons and over like the deserts of Persona. Because Persona is a bit like Tasmania, still sandy, bit coarse, bit rough, and it's got the whole canyons, which is pretty cool. The scene's pretty cool. The chase and you know, look like jet troopers, BB-8, BB-8's like trying to get loads of attention. And we're going, oh, not now, but yeah, not now, and then goes, oh, okay, I wonder what this has. Boom, sends up this big, well, that big wolf, um, color that you see in the trailer, that goes through it, they, just overtakes one of a couple of the jet tubers, like falling down big explosions, my guys, yeah, never underestimate a droid. Whoever that's what Lyle told her on back back when we were arguing lost. So it's just, oh yeah, never underestimate Jordan. So I thought it was pretty funny. Um, and then, so they reach where Ocean ship is, but their transports get blown up by two other jet troopers, but they can't manage to kill yet. But then, I managed to blow to kill them. When I get something like sinking, like, sinking sand just outside Ocean 655 Ocean, and the transit sports get blown up and get put in sinking sand. Um, and I go into the sinking sand, and there's like a little cave underneath. And I find Ocean's transport. The Ocean's transport has actually got like a Sith loyalist insignia on it, if I'm doing this correctly. A picture of that should show up um here. If I've inserted correctly that stuff in that video. So if I have, again, apologize, I'm new. So anyway, and then they find Ochi's remains, and then BB-8 finds something in the sand, and calls over, they come over hill, and it's a dagger. And because I'm convenient, because I've got C3PO, they give it to C3PO to try to have it ready to translate. But, but then C3PO can't translate. He can't. Because what is the text writing? And for those of you who are more war people like Star Wars war people like I am, as you would probably be aware, back in the Old Republic, the the Galactic Republic, say back when it was the Republic before it became the Empire, passed a law of legislation that says protocols cannot translate sheath text, meaning books, daggers, holocrons, anything that's related to cities cannot be translated by particle droid. So they then, so thing basically says, so when we need, so the one time we need you to talk, you can't. And CTP goes, precisely so. And then we're just like, oh, God, we are. So, then they come across a worm, and the worm is, it's entitled to protect itself, but then later it realizes that it's getting hurt. And it's got these slash marks on it. So I think that I have actually tried to use the, the dagger to try and kill the worm. The worm kills him before, yeah. So they heals it, it goes off, the building exits to the cave, like go up and they find Ocean's ship. And just before they all go in to Ocean's ship, you see that Carlo has um dispersed like dispersed his knights of men to the left to go after Ray, and he's going to go after Ray too, because what I forgot to mention earlier was isn't Ray gets his helmet fixed, like they will welded back together by an alien that actually looks like actually looks like a chimpanzee, like ape. It's funny. Um, but yeah, then they just then and United then go and go hunt down Lane so they can bring her, take her, exile or just kill her. So they rely on Poseidon as well, and I to then find where they are. They essentially let Chloe go out into the middle of the open desert like she does in the trailer to confront her, confront him. Ugh, tongue tied. Apologies. I'm not gonna edit that out. So they decide to um confront Carlo, the rest of them trying to get Ochi's ship working. Um and of course so Shuri's got a dagger and he's Satchel, because I gives it to him. And then they go out to conduct solo. They always get the ship to get the ship working again. And then Finn, no, Poe says to Troy, go and get Ray, we're about to take off. So Troy goes out looking for Ray and gets captured by an ultraman and the first water. So Poe goes out after Troy, sees that he gets captured, and then you see that Kylo is coming around, and Ray turns like she does in the trailer and runs and does the backflip and cuts the wing off Kylo's tie interceptor, interceptor, yeah. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm going to catch him on fire and just explode and oh yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's dead. Nah, nah, that boss is not dead. And then Paul calls out to Leia to take over taking choice, so Leia uses the force to pull the transport back down to rescue Chewie. Kylo comes out and using the force to try and pull the transport, and it becomes a battle of the force. Who's controlling the force? Who's gonna get the transport? They get a bit agitated, a bit angry, and a bit annoyed, and can lash it out. And what we're seeing is force fighting. Force fighting comes out right hand, hits the transport goes boom, and it explodes. And I think, oh no, Chewie's dead. Chewie's dead. So, Chewie's dead, and, um, Chewie's dead. So then, they all run on the ocean ship and escape. And, they're in this asteroid field, just above Persona. And and they're all trying not to let they blame herself. Um, but, Paul says, yes to his Lord, but to make sure his memory isn't in vain. We need to get this dagger and what's on this dagger, translate, and we need to find a way to get 3PO to tell us what the heck is on this dagger. That's what his words, exact words, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. Then, and then she, and then places on someone on Kimji, and, they take off his, his Kimji, and, the first lot you see, and you see, they're taking young kids to be recruits, pretty much. And then we run into Poe's friend, Zoe Bush, that I've got scripts, I've got notes because it's so hard, it's a bit hard to, it's all over the place with this movie. But so we run into Zoe Bush, and they're saying, and, she tells, um, Paul that she's still in the mix, that he put her in after he left her crew because we fought with her before he actually joined the resistance. He was actually a smuggler running spice. So that was a pretty interesting development. So of course, Finn's a bit old, bit of a joker, but also he starts thinking of all his nicknames for Poe. But Poe says to Louis, we're looking for Bubble Frick. And Bubble Frick is this little midget bug alien. It's pretty funny. And anyway, but really, there's a bit of a confrontation, and like, that would George would take it once and go, I need your help. I don't want to kill you, but, if you go to the center the first order, I will just kill you. I will kill you. Um, so Roy agrees to take him to Bubble. Bubble then says, I can do it. I can get Flicker to tell you what is on the data, but it's gonna wipe his mind. So it's gonna wipe every bit of information that that Central has gone. So they all say Creepy agrees to do it because he says if you don't do it, all this will be all for nothing. So he goes, yeah, we'll do it. Done. So they do it, and then they find out that the data reveals the location to a second wayfinder. So then there's two wayfinders. There were Mustafa, now there's one on one of the moons of Endor, which now takes them to the planet called Kefir. But before the Kefir, Kylo with his lightsaber arrive on Kimberly was turned out that the Knights of Ren actually followed um Archie's final Archie to Kimberly. Yeah, I thought a bit of silent out my boy. So and they senses that Um, because Lori goes out and has a walk, and Paul goes out with her and says, and Lori says, the first walk having here was, taking kids to recruit them for that army and whatnot, and then, and so, let's have a ticket out of here and reveal that she's got a captain's medallion. A first order captain medallion. So, and she tries to get Clover to go off with her, like, oh, I'm surprised can't do it. He knows how much is at stake for the resistance and for the galaxy. If Palpatine returns, they're basically all screwed. So he says, no, I can't ban these guys. And Zoe somewhat understands to the point where when Stardust were arrived in the system and Ray senses that Chewbacca is actually still alive. Yes, Chewie is still alive. They're actually fighting there were two transports on Pasana. Troy was in the other one. Haha. So yeah. Um so they go to infiltrate um Rand's destroyer to rescue Troy, and Zori gives Poe the captain's medallion that she was going to use to get off world. So they use that to get on to Rand's Star Destroyer, rescue Troy, and then also um Ray goes to get the data and also the effects that are actually in Rand's quarters. But when Ray takes the data, she has flashback memories. And it's actually of her parents waving her on Jakku that you will be safe here. You will be safe here. He will not find you. And then listening to Kylo say right to the force and um they are able to actually interact with one another's um environments. They go from the ship down to the planet on QMG, back to the ship, back to the planet, and they start to have a duel. And what? So they slice open a, a basket of berries that scatters all over the floor of them, of Rand's causing a Star Destroyer. They destroy the mantle that's got Darth Vader's helmet on the form of a four, and then that's how, and then sees the mask and goes, that's where you are. I'm gonna come and tell you so. I'll see you soon. Bye. And then, and then you cut to where, Finn and Poe are listening to, and then that scene of them running through the street, all the stormtroopers, as you do in the, so that's the same time, in the it was Taylor. I might get captured, but then um, we find out that General Husk is actually the spy, so he helps them escape to the Falcon, and 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 Finn looks at him and says, "Why are you helping me?" And and why are you helping us? And Husk goes, I don't care if you win. I just want Colin to lose. But then the Legion General discovers that, Husk is a traitor saying captain. And then they return to Oak ship with all of Chewie's effects. And then says that the C3PO is still there, and he's still saying, hello, I am C3PO, human cyborg relations, like can you back in the second minutes. And they just say to people, go and find the Falcon, go and find the others, take these, I'm gonna go and do a follow. So she goes and talks to Carlo, and Carlo says, that they are a dyad in the force. Now, the two will restore the one. Now, I do have notes on what a dyad actually is, or that's two things we are doing on a separate video to this, but I thought not why. So, a diet is a phenomenon that occurs when two force sensitives um, share a unique bond in the force. Um, and, um, connecting their minds across space and time. Physically, they were two separate individuals, but in the force they were one. So this form is this form of making it made it possible for the bond between bonded individuals to communicate with each other across great distances, which is how Kylo can talk to her on up to when in the last Jedi, and basically, um, the connection between, as I said, the connection between Kylo and Rey could actually range for light years around them to see, um, and gain a clear sense of what they are, felt such as their fears, as well as their feelings of, um, abandonment and solitude in combat when the two who formed the diet for everyone. Their abilities mirror and amplify each other. In the case of Rand and Clark, of Bennett and Ray, of their force bond grew stronger with every passing moment. But yet, so that's what a diet actually is, and that is how it actually um affects when the clothing and light. So the two, so they've got that force connection. Um, so yeah, that was pretty interesting information for us to find out that why I could see each other, so I've got a connection that allows them to see each other and interact with each other as well into the force, even if it is light years away. Which I think is pretty cool. Um, yeah, well, and, so, yeah, so then she escapes from the Millennium Falcon because they will try to put the at that hangar and she jumps out of the hangar onto the Falcon like hit going and the right thing they end up going to Tifa, which is where the wreckage of the second Death Star is, and they enter and the like crash lands because the landing gear is busted, and they can meet up with some other deserters of the First Order which Poe actually talks them while they're repairing the Falcon and yeah, so they have a bit of a good old bond there. And then they goes into the wreckage of the second Death Star and we end up here at the throne room. And off to the side there's a secret door that opens at her presence, which leads me to believe that the that it um that it can sense that who they is, which I'm about to reveal in a second, which is what makes sense in a second. The door senses her presence, it opens together. She sees a wayfinder, but then she sees herself, looks over to the right and sees herself with a double-bladed lightsaber. The way off moments in the trailer, and it comes up, and then her dark side one says, "Never be afraid of who you are," which is also what Leia says to Rey when before they leave the Argent course. Um, then Rey gets thrown back out of the room, caught, and then loses her grip on the wayfinder, on the second wayfinder, and Kylo picks it up. And and then it says, you are a Palpatine. Actually, it tells us she's actually a Palpatine on a ship in place off. again, part it's so dumb to use maybe if you got a house it for an hour money. And then he crosses the waypoint messaging the way your road to get to Exegol is with me. So, or dead, and I'm just gonna bring it them for your body. So, there you go. So they start to have a duel which goes onto the range of the Death Star out of the ocean. Um, and then once Leia finds out, Leia goes and uses the rest of her force. Her basically goes and uses the rest of her life force to try and bring Ben Harlow back to the light. And that's why, because what they're doing, once they let go of anger, she starts to lose to Kylo, and Kylo's got her on the ground, and they're about to strike her, and then he hears Leia's voice just saying, Ben, and calling out to him through the Force, and then, McCulloch hesitates and drops the lightsaber. Ryan picks up and powers him in the abdomen. And then when Ryan does that, Ryan just dies. Just dies. And they feels that through the force. And then realize what she's done. Apologizes again. She heals Kylo and then takes off in car and what that's right. She talks to her and says, no, I didn't want to take your hand. I wanted to take Ben's hand. So she always believed they could still be redeemed still up until that point. And then she gets his TIE fighter takes off. And then we go back to Arkansas where they've covered over later and we had um Mars said she was a princess and said some words and then Paul and Finn and Chewie come back and find out that Leia's gone and probably find out that um Leia left in command and he's a bit, he really doesn't know what to do. Um, and he goes over to him and says, I don't know what I'm doing, you left me in command, I told I could do it. And then Lando, Lando shows up and says, well, we didn't know we either. Myself, Han, Leia, we didn't know. We just had something we believed in and off it went. And so then we got back to Kepler where Carl is standing on the wreckage where him and they were fighting and then we hear Han Solo. So hey kid and Carl and Han have a talk and he said, your son's dead and Han goes, no, Carl, man, he's dead. My son is still alive. So, and then, they have a similar scene to the Force Awakens. Carl said, Ben said, I know what I've got to do, but I have a secret that will help me. And, she said yes, and then Star's lightsaber off into the ocean, so Ben gets redeemed back to Ben Solo. And then we go back to I and then we go back to Eisenboss and um BB-8 finds Ocean's droid called well we find Ocean's droid called Diego and then Paul Austin should in command with him and you know I agree and then we say that Ray is back on up to where Luke was and she's crashed Carla's ship and she's burning it and she's sitting in she's throwing wood into it and she gets the Skywalker lightsaber and dives it into the fire and then all we see is his hand catch it and walk through the fire and it's Luke. It's the Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. And and he walks out he says, well, a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. And Ray goes, Master Skywalker. And Luke goes, what are you doing? So, Ray tells that vision that her seen the dark soul on Kefir, sees herself being on the throne on Exegol, and then Luke says, yeah, you are a Palpatine. I knew it, and so did Leia. And Leia goes, then why is she agreeing to change it? And Luke goes, Leia, our destinies are not, defined by blood, here we are, we can trying to spare saying, just because you're a Palpatine doesn't mean you're going to turn to the dark side and become a Sith. You do have a choice. And then he's saying, I think there's something for your sister that my sister would want you to have gives gives Rey's lightsaber and then Ray said, I had you offer to I just trying to find it in the last one because you had everything that you need. So she goes to Carlos, goes to the ship that she destroyed, gets the wayfinder that Carlos found in the first act, takes that. Luke then uses the Force like what Yoda did in the Empire Strikes Back and raises the X-Wing. And I'm surprised that it still flies after being in the water for so long, but it's Star Wars. We love Star Wars, so anything's possible. So she uses the Waypoint and takes off the Exegol. And then she sees, she sends plot points of how to get to Exegol back to the Resistance base and then so the resistance with Freedom Poe, he gets all the rest of the resistance like Argent Boss and said, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna take out this small beacon essentially, but we'll we'll go at that will over ships the final order ships out of Exegol's atmosphere. So I gotta take that out and then we can just once that's done, I cut on the atmosphere and then we can just destroy him. So they all decide to do that, but then Pryor says that Lando will go out and send a beacon to see if they can get any other ships to get them to join the fight. So he does, so Lando goes off and does that while the rest of them follow um Ray's trail that she's left them to get into Exegol. And then Ray goes to Exegol and basically confronts Palpatine, which is what, again, like a picture art will pop up here. And it's this big chamber with a throne on it, as we saw in the first part. And, you know, um, like I said, you want me dead, you want in here to kill me. And Palpatine goes, I never wanted you dead. You're my granddaughter. I wanted you here to rule. Empress Palpatine. And he points to the throne. And then we flip, and then we see that the resistance come in and start to take on the ships. Honestly, they blow up Argent Loss. Palpatine exit orders that Kimmy just like they blow up Kimmy. So also so they actually blow up Kimmy. Um yeah, Palpatine orders the Legion General to blow up Kitber, and they've got this cannon like what I had on that Dreadnought in the Force Awakens, but this one actually blows up planets like the Death Star. So anyway, so they brought Kimber, and then like they all come in and start to take on the final order ships, which is just a lot of them. And then when they go to get the center, the Legion General transfers the command from the center over his ship. So we're going for up his ship. Um, they refuses, then Palpatine says it's the only way to save your friends, and says that, the resistance troops are getting blown to pieces by um by the final order TIE fighters and whatnot. Then Poe goes, I'm sorry guys, I thought we had a shot. And then when, as usual, when they comes in to save the day, and you've just got all these ships, and every Legion goes, what is this, an army? And I get told an officer or of a chair just goes, no sir, they're just ships. So, um, basically they won the fight, then competition says that going to a ritual, which is basically, once you struck me down, my blame and all the shit will transfer into you. You will rule, you will be the last job will be the job will be no more. The shit will continue as for my legacy. So like then um then Ben showed up. He um gets confronted by the Knights of Men. They just starts handing his ass to him, and then Ray activates the lightsaber and sees that Ben's there, and Ben just smiles and nods. Ray puts the lightsaber behind her back, and then Ray takes it out, and then they got nice go, oh shit, this Skywalker, we did. And then Ray takes Leia's lightsaber and starts bailing the rest of the Sith troopers that are in the throne room. Um, well, that's happening. You've got the red Sith troopers um, being deployed on top of the command ship, which is a regular general ship, and he is um, basically trying to stop what from happening with the Sith troopers, and then Finn, Finn decides that he's gonna have to stay and use one of the guns to put a big say orders everyone else off the command ship, and when him and one of the other deserter personal troopers, I forget her name, they blow up the bridge, therefore blowing up the ship, um and then um then that gets done. Then we get to the good stuff, which is Ben, Ray, and Palpatine. So Palpatine, so after they've killed all of the other troopers, and that in where Palpatine is, like both turn to face him, lightsabers like this, ready to go, and then Palpatine just loses the force, but he gets hit. He gets a bit of hit on their force connection and dyad. He goes, a dyad in the force that hasn't been seen for generations. And he goes, yes, the two will restore the one. And this is his force strain. This drains their force energy out of them, and then he comes back to his force like in his full power, and he's got the red shift robes and the gold and the shift eyes, and you're just thinking to yourself, oh crap, he's back, he's got full power, what the hell am I gonna do? And then he just releases this massive big force lightning storm and just starts to hit all the resistance ships, and they start falling out of the sky and think, oh no, yep, they're screwed, yep, they're done. He's just gonna wipe them all out with force lightning. And then Ben, um, like, so it's like Ben comes to, he gets tossed into down an abyss hole from Palpatine as saying, your grandfather betrayed me, so now you're gonna die. Then he launches the Force lightning up and starts hitting the ships. Ray comes to, and then she starts pouring out through the force to the Jargots. Be with me. And then you hear Obi-Wan. Then you hear Anakin. Then you hear Satan T, Luminara Julie, Master Yoda, Luke, Leia, and Master Windu. Yep, you mean yeah, Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson came back where you think he came back to do the voice of Master Windu for the Rise of Skywalker. I can prove what it did, but that's what it says um, on IMB, IMBleague.com. Um, that the Samuel Jackson voice was in the Rise of Skywalker calling out today as, as well. Oh, and you get Ahsoka and Kanan. Kanan does from Rebels and Ahsoka from the Clone Wars. They all speak to her, and it also rise, rise, telling her just giving her the forces to get herself up to, to try to take on Palpatine. And then as she's getting up, she summons Leia's lightsaber to her and activates it, and then Palpatine stops. Just looks up, and then both hands just fires this fires Force Lightning, and it says, "You are just a scavenger. You are nothing." And then it says, "I am all the Sith." And I just look through the ghost and and then it um summons the Skywalker lightsaber, and this goes, I'm all the joy, and this puts all that hemisphere in X position, and just fires the light back on the Palpatine, like Maestro in the Revenge of the Sith in episode 3, and Palpatine just dies, but when he explodes, his force power just decimates the climate and just destroys it. And then of course now the rest of the resistance had taken out the rest of the ships and they won that battle, and then you get back to Rey's phone and she just drops the the two lightsabers, collapses and dies. She dies. She dies because technically she does not have all the strength in herself. She was using the strength from the masters, from the Old Republic, by giving her their energy through the Force. I also get Qui-Gon. I forgot Qui-Gon. How come I forget Qui-Gon again? But I did say that Qui-Gon is in there too. So so she got because all gave her their full power because she didn't have enough. Um, and yeah, the scene there is okay. Um, Me personally, I would have rather they have a bit of a lightsaber duel with Palpatine, because they have Palpatine's also, manipulating the little badass, you know, bastard, and he could have a secret lightsaber off one of his robes, like he did in the prequels, and he could fought against Rey and bested Ben gets then thrown down the pit and they kind of he's dead, but then he starts and he knocks out Rey, and then she starts to call out to the Jedi, and then they all start to help her. But not just voices, like actually appear it as Force Ghost, like Luke. So, like then like she stands up, and then behind her you see Luke, and Palpatine goes, "Huh?" The Palpatine's laughing, and then she stands up, and then you got Luke, and then you got Anakin, then you got Leia, Qui-Gon, Mike Yoda, Stacey King, Luminara, Kanan, then Ahsoka, and then and then standing right beside Rey, you've got Anakin, and then what at her feet you've got Yoda, and then Palpatine freezes and goes and says to the forces, "You all weak, you all dead. I just I destroyed that I beat you all, I destroyed you all." Whatever you would say, anything else, yes, but I destroyed you once. Now your granddaughter is going to destroy you, and they just all put their hands on her, and then Palpatine fires the Force line at them, and then she could catch it, and then do the whole with the chip I have and reflect it back up and then kill in that way. I reckon that personally for me would probably be a bit more better. I do like how I did it, but just a bit more of a punch just to see all the force goes. There's Palpatine, cuts himself a bit. Um, So other than that, and um, so we go back to um, Argent Cross, and basically they were celebrating when they got one of the resistance commanders is in the same sex relationship, so I think that Star Wars bring in LGBT to um relationships into Star Wars is pretty good considering we have like same sex relationships. I think that's pretty good. Says that Star Wars wants to like move move with society, with being back in, so I like that a bit. And and they all celebrate, and then Ray goes to Lars' homestead on Tasmania and buries the lights broken Ray's lightsabers just outside the homestead. Um, a local comes up and asks who she is and what she's doing. Ray turns, sees Luke and Leia's Force Ghost, and says, I'm Ray Skywalker, and then it just ends. So all in all, it's a pretty good movie. There's one problem I've got is they having the Force lightning on Pasala, on Pasala, um, because to me, you've got to be taught that every other thing in Star Wars lore says that the only you can learn that is basically through being taught or through written teachings like what we do in the expanded universe. So that's my other real problem here. But other than that, I think that overall a pretty good um bigger movie. So, yeah, so that's it for this review. Next review is going to be the Phantom Menace episode 1. So I'll be doing that next week. It'll come out next week. And I want to apologize for late upload, but due to not really having access to internet out here at my dad's place, it's hard for me to upload. But I'm also getting that internet, um, dongle for when I come out here, so I can upload content onto the channel. So yeah, that's it guys for now. So again, like, subscribe, share the video, help grow the channel. Yeah, if you want to talk to me, leave a comment down below what you thought of the movie. I'll happy to know what you guys thought. And yeah, that's it for now guys, and have a great day, and I am out.